Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Danny. This is Retired Dream Life, and it's cold. All right, so I'm going to do something a little bit different in this video than I've done in most of my other videos. As you can see, temperature is 16 degrees. It's currently snowing, and so I can't really do a lot of things outside that I normally would do. And I don't really have anything worth filming on the inside. There are things getting done around the ranch here. However, they're just not really film worthy. But I'll let you know what all's going on so you can see that over this past week or 2 weeks, I've been getting a bunch of stuff done. A lot of it has to do with your normal lives. As you guys know, I have a full-time job, and that takes up most of my week. And then when I have time, 2 or 3 days out of the weekends, or my weekends, then I come here and I get work done here. So what I've been doing this week, mostly truck stuff. What I mean by truck stuff is my Dodge truck has developed the death wobble. It became almost uncontrollable when I was driving down the road and headed for the ditch when I hit a bump. There, that's better. Now you can hear me. My truck, when I hit a bump, it started wobbling so bad that I was headed for the ditch. Since that time, I took it to the dealership and they were saying tie rod ends and ball joints and all this stuff. So that's what I've been working on. I've now replaced the tie rod ends, the ball joints, and had an alignment done on it, had all the tires rotated and balanced, and it's gotten better. The death wobble's gone away, but it still wobbles a little too much. So I brought it here, and I've been working on that, and I'll show you what I've done with that in just a moment. But for right now, what I've done is I have purchased, although hard to tell underneath all the snow, this is a 3-point auger. I needed this 3-point auger, and I also got a 12-inch auger bit. And this is the 12-inch auger bit that's going on the end of that so that I can drill a 12-inch hole down 5 feet and put a power pole over there where the hanger's going to go. The other thing I did was purchase a 5th wheel hitch for the back of my truck so that I can pull my friend Neil's trailer up here to the property. You've heard me talk about him in the past. He's going to be sticking around here and basically being security and a helping hand to me here on the airport/ranch. All right, now I'll show you what I did to my truck. And in order to show you what I did in my truck, we got to go underneath. All right, so this is a 4th generation Dodge Ram. It's 2011. And the steering with the tie rods, the steering linkage and tie rods, that's the thing that a lot of people say causes the death wobble, is those getting loose or going bad. The whole steering linkage has been replaced. Got a new strut, and upper and lower ball joints have been replaced. They also say that can cause it. And while I was under here working on it, I went ahead and replaced the sway bar ends. So this is the sway bar. It goes over here. So those sway bar ends have been replaced. And I've added an aftermarket steering gearbox support. So it has a bearing here. You can look up these steering gearbox supports. And I just put this on, so I don't know if that's going to help with this wobble or not, but I really think this is going to be what's going to help with the wobble. This combined with the tie rod ends being replaced. So I've got a new alignment done on it already. You can see the new weights on the tires. That's where they rebalanced it. So everything else looks good underneath here. As you can see, there's grease. Everything's been greased, and I think she's ready to go. Carter pin's been installed. You know, those of you who have other people work on your vehicle, I obviously can't do an alignment. It's very expensive to get that equipment. So I had an alignment done, and while I was there, I had them go ahead and replace the ball joints. So the upper and lower ball joints. So that right there is the nut on the ball joint. That's the upper. There's the nut for the lower ball joint. And when I got underneath here and started working, I realized the upper ball joint castle head nut did not have a cotter pin, both sides. Why? No idea. My best guess is they just forgot. So this is me telling you to always check other mechanics' work. Trust but verify. The wear on the tires looked good, so I didn't really have an alignment issue. All right, so that's what I've been working on for the last, couple months, but I honestly didn't feel it was film worthy. I did film the replacement of the headlights a while back. Eventually that'll be in a video talking about just kind of the various little things that we do around the property. I mean, there's always something to do. Like here, this table, little coffee table, the bolt has snapped off in there, so I'm going to put another one of those on there so it'll keep working. But you know, there's always stuff going on here. It's just not really film worthy. Oh, and something else that I mentioned, I asked people if they have any suggestions on how to clear out a lot of this brush, you know, in several videos back. I haven't had anyone say this, but you saw it in the last video, which was what I'm going to refer to as the spinning wheel of death. This right here goes on my weed eater, and it's basically a chainsaw blade. And you don't want that thing hitting your foot. It will go through small trees. I absolutely love this beautiful scenery. Just makes it very hard to work. And you know, there's always stuff going on. Anytime it snows, you got to scrape the snow off the vehicles. You've got to shovel the snow off the steps. And next thing I got to do is get the tractor going and scrape the whole driveway, because it is a fairly steep driveway. We lose, I think it's about 130 feet, something like that, in elevation down to the road. So you don't want to go sliding down that. The tractor's got good knobby tires on it. It's four-wheel drive. Still got the blade on the back. We'll see whether or not that starts right up. As far as what's going on with the bulldozer, there will be an upcoming video on this. I'm working on the exhaust manifold. Been waiting for parts on that. And so we're making good progress. Things are cleaning up nicely on the exhaust manifold. And then once I've got that done and the head done, then I'll put it back on. So anyways, that is it as far as this video. Yes, there is, I finally got an air compressor. I think that's going to be in a future video. There's stuff that I can't really put out as a video unto itself because it's just not really all that interesting. I don't know if this video is all that interesting either. However, I just wanted to give you an update and let you know what all is going on here. Today is February 20th, and the Mon Power people have come out, or the tree cutting people that work subcontracted to Mon Power have come out and cleared this whole area where you see me flying the drone. And honestly, it almost makes me weep seeing all these trees laid over like this. And the good thing is that I plan on trying to get as many of these trees as I can that are straight and good wood that's not rotted out, and use them on a future project. Eventually I'll be getting a sawmill so I can cut that up, but right now they're just going to lay there until I have time and resources to actually get them and pull them up. Thankfully, on the back of this bulldozer, I have a very large winch, and it would make short work of pulling those trees up the mountain. And so one more thing, I wanted to give a little PSA for you guys. I don't ever recommend buying stuff off of eBay. I found that it seems like every time I buy something off of eBay, I end up having problems with it. Well, I saw these Moog upper and lower ball joints. This is for my truck. Online, really great price of $74 for both upper and lower. So a whole kit of 4. Now what you're seeing here is the old ones that I pulled out and the ones I bought off of eBay. So to show you the difference, these are the original Moog part. This is the ones that are supposed to be original Moog parts. So let's start with the boxes, all right? These are both upper ball joint boxes. This one is an original Moog. This one is a Chinese knockoff. So looking at the boxes themselves, just how they're manufactured, this is what a Moog one looks like. You can see the thinness of the packaging because they're not being shipped from overseas. Much thicker packaging. The colors a little bit brighter on the original, but here's the dead giveaway right here. Let me set this label's upside down on this counterfeit one. As you look at this, made in China. This one, the original, made in USA. Looking at the parts themselves, originals on the right, the older ones, which were pulled off my truck. The new Chinese ones. First of all, look at the thread type, or the thread pitch. Now, let me take that nut off, give you a little more of a view. As you can tell, they are totally different. Original Moog on the right, Chinese knockoff on the left. The rubber, this one doesn't have the rubber on it, so I can't really compare that. Here, I'll show you on, those are the lowers. I'll show you on the uppers. So this is the Chinese knockoff. This is original Moog. Nothing on there, just plain rubber. This one's actually got it stamped in there, Moog. You'll find that Moog doesn't paint their product. And here you can see the Chinese one is painted. There's some type of a finishing that they put on here. Not really anodized, but it's a finishing that keeps it from rusting. Bottoms, a little bit different. This is flat. This is slightly concave with the nipple sticking out. They both say the same thing, Moog, problem solver. And this one, you can't quite see it, but here we go. Let me turn it this way. And yeah, it says Moog problem solver on there as well. And you just tell the difference in the quality of the metal. As you can tell, this was when, this mark was when they were trying to probably push it back out, because they'd installed these and told me how stiff they were. And so I said, all right, get them out of there. Let's get some real stuff. So this one, see how the metal didn't deform when they were pressed out? And look at how this one's all banged up and deformed. It's because the metal's soft. So not the same quality metal, not the same type product, but they sure claim that it is original Moog and that they've shipped all their production over to China. No. So, lesson learned on my part, not to buy junk off of eBay, which is Chinese knockoffs. Thankfully, my mechanic spotted the differences and said, hey, let's get the original, real Moog parts and put them in. So that ended up costing me a lot more because they had to put in these and then take them back out. So they charged me an extra $260 just to take the knockoffs out and put in the originals. So there you go, little PSA for you. Hope you learned from my lesson. All right, so I'm going to end the video there. I get back into the warm garage. I've got the heater going in there. And I appreciate you watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video, everyone.